Hello, everyone. I want to share a personal story from my time in the Navy, an experience that taught me one of the most important lessons about conflict, communication, and growth. I served as a hospital corpsman, and for most of my career, I was the medical guy. I was Doc for the Marines on the field, hands-on, taking care of them. That was my whole world. So when I received orders to the Bureau of Medicine, I walked into a role that was completely outside my wheelhouse. Instead of patients, I was handling spreadsheets. I was suddenly tasked with managing manpower logistics for the entire naval medicine operation, realigning staff across hospitals, clinics, and support commands, each with over 1,000 billets. It was intense, unfamiliar, and overwhelming. I wasn't trained for this, and I was trying to learn on the fly while still fulfilling my regular enlisted duties. My supervisor at the time was a retired senior officer, now a civilian, with deep experience in this kind of work. At first, he offered guidance, but as time passed, it felt like every task I completed came back covered in red ink. No matter how hard I worked, it was not enough. I started to take it personally. The pressure built up to the point where I was angry, frustrated to a level I had not felt before in my career. I'm not proud to admit this and say this, but I even lashed out a couple of times. However, instead of continuing this toxic behavior, I talked to a fellow petty officer, one rank above me, who helped me put things in perspective. Then we both sat down with my supervisor for a direct, honest conversation. And here's what changed everything. We listened. I explained how foreign this work was to me and how the constant corrections were affecting my confidence. In turn, my supervisor explained that of the high stakes of what we were doing, how alignment affected millions of dollars in funding and mission readiness. These words actually made me feel very important to the mission. In that moment, we saw each other, not as ranks or roles, but as people with different perspectives trying to reach the same goal. That conversation didn't just clear the air, it transformed our working relationship with clearer expectations and mutual respect. I grew into the role. I became stronger, not just as a service member, but as a communicator and a leader. What I learned is this: conflict is not the enemy, avoiding it is. When we face it with openness, emotional awareness, and a willingness to listen, and really listen, it becomes a catalyst for growth. Thank you.